Welcome to the Ginn podcast. This is your host, G-Weezy11, and I got my boy Ron right here. What's up, Ron? How you
What's
feeling?
up, man? How you doing?
Good, bro. We've known each other for a while, bro, and it's been one of those cool ass friendships. I'll start off with that, just because there's a lot of people that I meet and we don't click right away. And I know at a previous job, you just kind of took me under your wing, and I don't know. Maybe we can get into it. Maybe what you saw in me, or not. Most people aren't like that. Most people kind of, I don't know, shy away from shit like that. But for you, I think, I don't know. What do you think, man?
Well, I really like teaching people, and one of the things that I really thought was cool about you that I noticed right off the bat is that you were coachable, and you like shoes. You had real similar interests in me.
Yeah.
You're like very serious, but you definitely know how to like be friendly and serious at the same time. And I think a lot of people, they are either like black and white, full serious, or just too goofy. And I think me, like, I have my moments where I'm definitely like serious, but me and you, I feel like click on like both those levels of like serious and like goofiness at the same time.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I don't know if I ever told you that, but if you don't know, me and Ron, when did I fucking start? I think it was January of 2017. That's when I started at Apple. And yeah, we had to do training for about 2 weeks in like, I guess, I don't know, just a break room, I guess, of just all the morals and fundamentals, or just everything about Apple, I should say. But after that, we went into training, two weeks, like, I guess, reverse shadowing other people. And yeah, I'm pretty sure. Is that me?
I think that's you.
Oh, shit. Caesar, if you're watching right now, I'm going to have to decline, bro. But, man, I forgot what I was talking about. Well,
so the whole Apple training process.
So yeah, starting at Apple. And then after that, of course, you get not thrown into the wild, but you're kind of prepared for that. And then, yeah, we just became friends. I mean, I remember the first kind of meeting that we had at Apple. It's kind of big one. Everybody was there. You just clicked, and yeah, history from there. Obviously, you got Dustin. He was been friends with you for a while, so we connected right away too as well. And then Johnny boy, yeah,
yes sir.
He's yeah, man, what a time. Do you think working at Apple has kind of prepared you for what you're into right now?
Yeah, definitely. So Apple taught me like a lot of things. One, being able to like talk to people in a professional manner, preparing me for those professional conversations with businesses. Having like kind of like really focusing on your environment and how your environment shapes and creates you, versus, oh, well, let me just go do something. Like, no, you have to like look all like the full picture and see like, okay, well, am I really like benefiting from this? They kind of really do teach you that insight to like kind of look outside. But yeah, Apple definitely, I would say, had a super profound impact on me, especially with my career moving forward.
That's good, man. For me too. I remember, I think, honestly, I don't even know if I've told this to anybody, but I think when I got like the official hiring of Apple, I don't know, I felt like it was just, at that point in time in my life, what was happening, I was like, fuck, I made it. But it was nowhere near like the financial, like the amount of money I was making, like, well, now, like the amount of money I was making then is nowhere near now. I don't know, I would think back, yeah, it was cool. It taught me a lot of things. I met a lot of cool people, but definitely wasn't.
No, it's not the end all be all.
Destined, but that's what I thought, though. And it's, I guess, I don't know, maybe it was where it came from, or the shit I've been through, or I don't know, but it was just like, oh, fuck, like I get this type of, I think for me, when I looked at Apple, it was just like, they're on a hierarchy.
Yeah, like luxurious.
Yeah, very, very luxurious. And when I got to work with you and everybody else, it was just like, fuck, they're regular ass people. I don't know. It's kind of like the way we look at celebrities.
Yeah.
That's the way I looked at it. But now I'm just like, fuck, they're just regular ass people. They do regular ass things. They, I mean, I don't know. It's just, it's weird that I thought that way.
I think they do a really good job at I wouldn't say brainwashing because that's kind of like a negative word, but they definitely have the environment to harbor those type of thoughts. And I think it's not necessarily a bad thing because I think it definitely brings up people, puts their standards higher for themselves because they see, oh, I'm working for this company.
Yeah.
But I was that exact same way. Thought the same thing. I was like, dude, this is Apple. This is badass.
Yeah.
I'm chilling. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It's just once you like kind of like again look out from the outside, they tell you that too. They tell you like, hey, like Apple could be it for you, or this could be a stepping stone.
Yeah.
And I think that all ties back into like what they teach you, which is looking out from the outside. And once you just take notice, you take what you have and then you leave with it.
I didn't figure that out to the end, to the very, very end.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, granted, I left in a not normal way, but it was, I'll put it to you like that. I mean, me, Ron, and few other people know what happened, but they, they definitely set you up. And I remember having a conversation with Rick, and he was just like, I mean, he was the kind of the person that kind of handled everything when I left Apple. So he told me straight up, he was like, hey man, this can either kind of push you in a way that's that most people don't get. Cause I mean, you basically had an opportunity to work here, and you can basically use everything that you learned and put it towards something that you really want to do. Or you can be sad, be mad, be whatever reason, and not do what you want to do. So that kind of just, I mean, obviously it took me a while to kind of get in the mindset of, fuck, I need to, I always, just that I wanted to, I guess, better myself. And then also to not to make the mistake I just made. And then, again, learn what I use from what they taught me and put it to what I'm doing right now. But I think when I look back at, kind of what it taught me, I think for sure communication, because growing up, I definitely, I don't know, I guess the way to put it is shy. I was definitely shy. I was, I don't know, what's the word?
You're a little timid. Well, I would say you're not like when your presence on the floor was, you weren't like to yourself, but you weren't like, you were to yourself, but you didn't like have this like huge aura of like outgoingness. Yeah. But I know once you talk to people, that definitely like shows differently.
Yeah. I knew it was always there, and I knew I always wanted to communicate with people, just because I felt like myself, like I know how to talk to people. You know what I'm saying? Like I know, for me, I just knew, and that really brought me out, because towards the end, I know me and Joe had sat down, and I forgot what they're called. Where you speak in the morning, where you speak in front of the downloads. But that's probably it. That's what I was thinking about. But kudos, when you give kudos to somebody. Yeah. So me and Joe sat down a couple months before I had left, and he was just like, hey, if you really want to step up your game and kind of level up here in Apple, you're going to have to speak up. You're going to have to, public speaking. You're going to have to do that in front of people. And at first I was just like, fuck, man, do I really have to do, like, is it worth it? You know what I'm saying? I thought, is this really worth my time being here? Is this really worth me looking like a looking like a dumbass? That's how I felt. And shit, it helped, bro. Like, it helped. It really did help. It's, you use it every day in life. I don't know. I don't know if I don't think you were actual like timid or anything like that.
I would definitely not say I was a timid person. I would speak out, but I would definitely say that even when we would have those downloads and I would have to speak, even though I like work with those guys every day, I would still get like kind of nervous.
Yeah.
I think it's just that amount of pressure and like focus directly on you. It kind of makes you feel a little uneasy.
If obviously you don't work at Apple, but downloads are basically you just a morning meeting or mostly in the morning.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a briefing to get you ready for like the whole day.
Yeah, pretty much it. And then the kudos is basically just giving someone recognition or whatever the fuck they did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just recognition to show that you care, I guess. But how do you think, I guess this kind of translates into what we're going to talk about, because we have some topics we're going to talk about, but how do you think, we'll go straight into it. How do you think technology has changed over the last 10 years, bro?
Dude, technology, it's everywhere now. technology wasn't like an ultimate consumer product.
Yeah.
But now it's in like everything that we consume. Like you buy a TV, but you're gonna buy a smart TV that's connected to the internet to access your services like Amazon Prime,
Yeah.
Netflix. You're communicating with people like a lot more broader now. You can now talk to 11, 10, 50,000, a million people all at once from your phone for free.
For free.
For free.
Yeah,
you used to have to pay millions of dollars for airtime, either on a radio or on a TV show. And now you don't have to do that at all.
Yeah.
So it's changed a lot. And my personal opinion is that it's given more power to the people. Because now average Joes could make something out of nothing just by using the technology that they would have been using either way.
I think that's where influencers come in. Well, that's I guess a prime example because I mean about 10 years ago I guess this wasn't a thing, but now you got actual kids talking about, oh, I want to be a YouTube star, or I want to be Instagram famous, and it's weird that they're basically looking at it as, I don't know, like a job, a career. Yep. And it is weird to think about that now because, like I said, that was not a thing talked about. Yeah, it wasn't a thing.
Barely. A weird example, but I think a prime example of seeing like an influencer is definitely Kim Kardashian.
Okay.
She uses technology to stream her video at one point in time, but that's the reason why like she's famous now. Mm-hmm. So she's like a primal version of like what influencers are today.
I can see that. And you know what's crazy? Most people don't know about that video. Well, I mean, not like us, we do, but I would think like maybe about 15 and under.
Yeah, she's definitely now famous for like other stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, no one knew who she was other than being like Paris Hilton's assistant. So, I mean, she used the internet to gain fame, and that's all it took, you know? But now you could be like a millionaire. You can make tons of money. Like you could do pretty much anything you wanted to like create, do prototyping. You could be a one-man business.
Yeah.
You don't have to have an office. You don't have to have a team. You can do it all from your phone.
And that's what I've seen over the last 2 years, because I've always wanted to do something online. Well, since I left Apple, I knew it was always going to be online, just because the way they're shifting everything, the way the concept of Apple and the way they're kind of just integrating everything into their systems. It's very, very, they're distinguished as what they're doing, but you want to. For me, I implement it towards like my business or whatever, but I always knew it was going to be somewhere, and it's just growing. It's crazy to think about. It's just going to keep going at a crazy rate. Mm-hmm. You got things that are like profitable. You got e-commerce that can make you a shitload of money. You got
marketing.
Yeah, marketing. You got drop shipping. You got there's another one called it's Amazon where they've
affiliate programs.
Yeah, that too. Just so much things that you can make money off on the internet. Where, like I said, 10 years ago, that wasn't even thought about. Nope. It was like, you're really going to get your life into this career. It was like frowned upon, I guess. Like,
well,
it was
there wasn't as many outlets because there wasn't as big as tech companies as there are today on the online world, at least. Because you had like the big like .com boom, and a ton of companies went under because of that like put all their monies on the internet when it first started. And then you had people that would make websites, but the only way they were getting paid, because they didn't really have like a whole lot of services they could offer at the time.
Yeah.
The only way they could get paid is through advertising. So people would create a website that brings in a lot of traffic. Mm-hmm. Then you'd hit Google Ads, and then you'd put the ads on your site. Someone clicked on them, or if someone made a purchase, your website would then get paid. But other than that, there was almost like no money unless you were doing like an online product.
So if someone had an informational-based system, or informational-based website, they pretty much were not.
They're running. A very perfect example is Wikipedia.
Okay. Yeah.
So I mean, they don't make any money. They have no ads, and that's why they rely on donations every year.
I've seen that shit, bro. Like when you click on it, and I think the first thing that pops up is like, would you like to make a donation? This is how we make everything. Yeah, that's just.
But it's all for like your convenience to like see no ads and just have like that one thing on there.
Yeah. I feel like it's Do you think, well, how do I say this? What do you think is going to be like in the future? Like, do you think anything else is going to come up from what you see now? Or like, do you think anything is going to be like, I don't know, going to transition like as far as drop shipping and e-commerce? Like, what else do you think is going to be on actual online?
So I don't know exactly what will happen, but I do know that the tech companies that are in power right now are going to have leaps of like innovation. They now have more money than a majority of the companies out there. They're going to have enough money for R&D. They're going to have enough money to like put out these new innovative products and not have to worry about as much losses.
Yeah.
You could expect a big push in AR. So AR is augmented reality, which is essentially using a device to showcase something on the physical world. So you could even do AR stuff on your iPhone right now.
Yeah.
You'll see that being deployed like more commercially. So you'll have companies that don't have to put down as much like money into like office stuff. They could just use their phone to communicate like these complex situations, like being able to see like a graph on the table,
Yeah.
and it's not even there. But you normally would have to purchase this, and now you're not going to have to do that. Virtual reality is going to be big. I talked to Sean White of R&D at Mozilla, back at Apple back in the day, and they told me they were really pushing VR, but in the browser. So you could expect things like VR chat rooms, which is already kind of a thing. But I mean, eventually you're going to do that within your browser, which is totally different than running an application.
Remind me, I remember you telling me, but remind me of that guy you just said.
His name's Sean White.
Yeah, but what is he?
He's the research and development of Mozilla Firefox.
Okay, I thought he was the owner, but he's kind of.
He's been there. He's been in the world for like a long time.
I remember you talking about it. You said that he's kind of working out of Silicon Valley, right, or something like that. Yeah, big time, man. That's crazy. How did you even get in touch with this dude?
So I met him through an interaction at Apple. I was helping out his mom, and then he just started asking like kind of tech stuff.
Yeah.
Threw out a few things that only like tech guys would know. Hand me his card, and
that was it.
That was it. He told me if anytime I'm in California, just to hit him up. So I have his card just chilling if I ever happen to be in the area.
Damn. You think he has to still work there, right?
Yeah. I mean, if not, like he's definitely a guy that's been in like the browser space since like the 90s. So I don't think he's going to move any industry later. But Mozilla Firefox as a company is a great one. I don't think he would leave it.
What do you use mostly? Is that the browser you use, or?
So as a tech guy, I'm supposed to be using Firefox, but I do use Google Chrome because of the inspector console. I like that better.
Do they have anything like that on Firefox?
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know. Why do you prefer the Google over Firefox? Like the inspect console.
It's just kind of like, just like preference. Kind of used to it already. When I started using the inspection console, it was on Firefox first, but until I started playing with it, it was on Google already.
Can you explain what the inspect console is?
Gotcha. So the inspection console that I'm referring to is called the developer console. So if you right-click any website on Google Chrome, you can select the option that says inspect. When you hit inspect, there's going to be a window that pops up or comes through the side, and you're able to edit or adjust or even see the code that website is running on. Yeah. So for me, what I use it for is I'm able to go in there, look at the way things are, the way they are, and I can make adjustments in real time and pretty much see it. It doesn't save it or change anything physically, but for me as a developer, I'm able to see those changes happen in real time.
Yeah, it's yeah, man, you pinned that on a dot. It's a lot better than what I was going to explain. So I'm glad I handed it off to you. But it's it's a useful tool. Just like you said, you can change the code and you can see in real time how it affects. So it's color, font, literally anything you can think about.
Anything you can think of
that changes the actual website is going to be in that inspect console. But what I feel like most people don't think about is the coding that comes with websites, that comes with apps, that comes with, their everyday life. Literally coding within all these products that we have here and right now. But no one thinks about it. It's paragraphs and fucking novels of just, letters. And obviously there are words and different functions and it's more complex than that. But when I first got into it, it was, I didn't think it was complex as it is, but I just thought it was like, print hello world, and you just put
like
just,
Python.
Yeah, just little shit like that. But it's there's a whole nother world that I tapped into that makes me realize there's just so much technology and so much work that goes into these programs that you're using for free, like Instagram, Twitter, all the social media apps, of course, but that's all coding behind it.
Yes.
That's all, I don't know, what else is in tune with coding and apps?
So some of you probably won't hear a whole lot, but you're going to hear, if you get into like the realm, is Stack.
Okay.
And essentially Stack is a bunch of different frameworks, a bunch of different types of code that like work together, but they do different things.
Yeah.
There's a thing called a MERN stack. There's a thing called a MERV with MEVN stack. There's a thing called a LAMP stack. And pretty much they're like technologies that you put together that are able to do a bunch of things. So the large companies that you think of like Instagram, Facebook, they all have their own types of stacks. So when you're coding, if you ever decide to make an app, you'll look into stacks. You'll find out if you're good at all four of them or one of them.
Yeah.
But you're definitely going to use more than one.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that, but that's another one that, like I said, it's just very, very complex. And there's so many languages. There's so many, I think languages by far is one of the kind of, well, they're similar, but they're different because they have a lot of similarities because I feel like I'm very, very familiar with Python, but it kind of transitions into like Java. There's like very, 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 very similar. So if you're having trouble with, I don't know, with coding and you can just tell right off the bat, oh, this is similar to Python. Well, like for instance, if you're having trouble in Java, 9 times out of 10, it's very, very similar to Python from my experience. But I don't know if you've ever experienced that or as far as the stacks, because I know about them, but I'm not too familiar with them. So are they very, very similar? Like when
you depending on like what stack you use, there's certain aspects of the stack that are frameworks of other languages. In this case, I'm sure you heard of React.
Yeah.
React is a form of JavaScript or a server-side language in that case.
Yeah.
I'm sure you heard of Vue.js. That's another example. Those are similar. So if you're able to pick up JavaScript, you can definitely translate that into the other languages.
Yeah. It definitely helps out if you know multiple languages and then other stacks too as well, because you can, I don't know, it's always good to diversify yourself. You can build apps, you can build websites.
You could code hardware. You could do a bunch of stuff.
That is true. You can fucking code hardware. That is, fuck, that's complex, bro.
Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, once you get to that point, I'm lost. I don't know how they do that. I don't know. Look at that.
Damn, I've never even.
Yeah, your operating system, bro. Imagine that.
Yeah.
That's called are you familiar with assembly?
No, I'm going to say no.
Assembly. So you ever heard of, there's like a thing called like machine language. So,
bro, that's crazy. I've heard of like I know about it, but I've just never
like looked into it.
Yeah, looked into it. Never even thought about looking into it.
The way languages are set up is you have low level and high level. Low level is the closest languages to binary, which is 0 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
So assembly is really close to that. That is one of the hardest languages you could code in. So when you get to high level, that's when you start seeing things that are a little bit more familiar. Okay. So like when you see things like HTML, which is not a programming language, it's a markup language. Actually, let's use like CSS. Yeah. You have words like border, border radius, color.
Yeah, yeah.
Machine language, you're not even going to get any kind of like English words.
So what is it? I'm going to Google it.
I don't know what assembly looks like, to be honest, but you could go ahead.
Yeah, I'm fucking interested. But if you, so for websites, they pretty much, I know they use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. What's another language?
They use React now. They use React. Vue. Right now, like a lot of websites are using server-side languages that allow things to update really fast.
Yeah.
There's things like databases that work with websites. Yeah, I mean, I would say HTML and CSS are kind of the main ones.
Yeah. Those are just the main languages. Well, they're languages, right? I guess
HTML is a markup language. Okay. CSS is a language.
Okay.
I'm only saying that because the tech guys would get really mad at me if they heard me say that.
No, I didn't even. I didn't even know there was a difference. I've always kind of, I don't know, just marked it down as a fucking language.
I would have too, to be honest.
So what's the difference?
So a programming language and a markup language, the only reason why I know like HTML is a markup language is because it's literally meant to style stuff within a thing.
Okay.
CSS, like, I really can't explain it that well to tell you the difference.
No, you're good, bro. This is all new to me. So,
because HTML stands for hypertext markup language.
Okay.
CSS is cascading style sheets, but I guess because markup's in the term, that it's for sure that.
That makes sense.
That's the best way for me to put it.
That makes fucking sense. God damn, man. There's yeah, man, it gets fucking complex. And I think this is why I actually transitioned into kind of computer science and cybersecurity, is just because the money that comes behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's if you know what you're doing and you do it very, very well, typically for a long period of time, you get paid very, 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 very well. I mean, sometimes right out of like a bachelor's degree in, I think cybersecurity kind of starts around maybe 80, maybe.
Honestly,
I think
it's 90.
Yeah, I think
depending on what organization you're with.
Yeah, and sometimes if you're doing like software engineering, well, you know, if coding is in software engineering.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You'll just be developing in a different language. You'll probably be using things like Python or C.
Yeah. Okay. And even at that, you're shit. I've seen people get paid. Well, I mean, based off the internet, I've seen people get paid like 125, sometimes 150.
Yeah.
And they're just the experience they have, the amount of schooling they have, it just all comes together to when they do apply for a job, they're already prepared for whatever they're applying for. So it just comes with making money. And then from there, it just goes up. Like the more experience you have with that specific company, you can always transition it to a different company. And like I said, the money keeps stacking up. It's crazy. You get, there's a lot of money to be made in that field. How do you, I don't know, do you think it's just going to keep going up?
Yeah, for sure. Websites as like an industry, I think I saw the stat was going to go up. Like website development was going to go up by like 13%, which is a pretty high demand for like a job. But you could expect people getting more invested into technology, mainly because we're coming to an era where you no longer have to code the same like you used to. So like if you were just starting out, you probably see like 4 or 6 languages. It's not possible to like learn those like immediately.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of new services that are out there that are now allowing you to code or allowed to create these sophisticated websites without having to have any coding knowledge. And that's where I kind of consider like the no code era.
Yeah.
Because now you could use services like Webflow. You could use services like Shopify, Wix, or Squarespace. A lot of people kind of discredit these companies because they think, oh, well, it's just a Squarespace site. It's just a Wix site. It's just a Shopify site. But these are actually like big money makers.
Yeah.
Like Shopify as a company has some of the largest companies with them. Kylie Cosmetics, Tesla, Ford.
Wait.
Tesla is a Shopify site.
No idea. That's crazy. All right, sorry. Keep going.
But that goes to show these are multi-million-dollar companies, you know? You don't need the same type of infrastructure you would think you would need to sustain that.
Yeah.
It's very simple to take in a couple orders through a website and then accept them on your phone.
I've seen, Shopify. Well, I mean, we're familiar with it. Well, I mean, you actually introduced it to me, and it was very, very seamless. I mean, there are some tricks here and there, but they definitely have a console where you can edit the code to wherever you want your website to be. Similar to like Google, the inspect console on Google Chrome, but it's it's very, very seamless. I know when we went into WordPress, it was a lot more operations, a lot more operations, a lot more functions. And Shopify was it's so much, for me, I don't know, it's better. I don't know.
It really is. I totally agree. As a web developer, I completely got rid of WordPress because I just want to handle like the e-commerce side. Shopify is like real plug and play. Even if you didn't want to handle the code and you wanted to make a site look how you want to, there's a template for you to install that you don't have to like do and still be able to customize it to like a pretty far extent.
Yeah.
But not doing WordPress, not messing with PHP anymore.
It's crazy. It was I still remember some of the functions and the kind of how to go about the WordPress, but yeah, it was difficult, bro. When you're showing me it was very, very difficult.
That was a long week.
Yeah, we fucking went into Shopify and
we did that in a day.
Yeah, I think it was, if anything, two, but I'm sure it was a day, like you just said, and it was so easy. I know when we made well, if you didn't know, this is the dude that kind of helped me out. Well, yeah, he did. I'll say you did 8.
I designed the whole Second Drop website.
I kind of just assisted in colors. No, I think you did too. I did
the whole Second Drop site. No, but it's really cool though, because he witnessed me like do the whole thing. So it's like he saw how easy it was.
So let me give you some context. So I think I purchased the domain, like the actual website name, like the seconddrop.com, the actual Shopify. I think there was a trial going on for Shopify. I think it's 3 months free before they actually charge you for the monthly fee. I'm pretty sure I did that in April too. And then I don't know, just something hit me. I don't know if it was, I honestly don't remember. And then I remember hitting you up and I was just like, hey bro, like I need this website. Like I want it to be live already. Like I will do pretty much, I'll send you pictures. I'll do like, I don't know, just whatever. And yeah, man, we knocked it out in like 2 or 3 days, maybe even less than that. It was
8 hours total.
Yeah, it was.
Because I remember sitting there, just like cutting them out, just changing like certain borders. Like it was a pretty crazy site, but I really like loved the way it like turned out.
Yeah,
which was the total opposite of like what I thought it was going to look like.
Total opposite. I think what I had, it was the same theme, I guess, the same theme on the actual website. I think we just changed a lot of, I think the colors and the borders.
Oh yeah, the Second Drop is fully coded.
Yeah. It was pretty crazy to see how fast you did it. And it's all because of the Shopify, like the way it's set up. It's very, very seamless and user-friendly whenever you want to adjust certain things. I think for me now, whenever I add products or whenever I want to, I don't know, change a certain section within the website, it's it's easy, bro. It's very, very easy. Yeah, man. I don't think I would ever transition.
I can't find a better platform, to be honest. If you are not aware with like what Shopify is, it's an e-commerce platform that's super straightforward. You pretty much pay $29 a month. You set up your site, put your products up, and then you can literally download an app and you'll get an alert saying that you got to sell. That's called push notifications. And that's a really, really big deal because you don't want to get an email saying, hey, I got a sale, and you checked it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days later.
Yeah.
You want to know on the spot and be able to initiate it.
That all comes back to like, I guess the customer service side of it, or just in general, just being efficient. You never want to, I guess you never want to have your customer feeling like, fuck, I got to ship this product out. Well, I mean, let's just say you did see that email 2, 3 days later. By the time you ship it out, by the time it gets to the customer, maybe a week and a half, sometimes 2 weeks. And I think for me, that's very, very, I don't know, unprofessional. You want to get the product out to the customers as soon as possible, because then it returns to customer reviews, word of mouth. It just goes from there. And that definitely helps your revenue, helps your website, just business overall.
Exactly. And that's, again, ties back into technology is just allowing you to do everything more efficient.
Yeah. What, I think, you familiar with dropshipping, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So dropshipping, I don't know. You explain it. You're better at me. You're better at explaining shit than me, bro. Explain it again.
So you could do the coolest thing right now, and I'm sure you've heard of dropshipping. I'm sure you've heard of like a bunch of people, maybe even like these weird like fake YouTube gurus talking about it.
Yeah.
But dropshipping simplifies pretty much like the whole online product experience. So the way it works, let's say normally, is if I had a product, I would need a website. I would need a product. And just to have a product, I would need to buy the product. I need to house it in my house or storage, put it somewhere.
Yeah.
And then wait to get orders and then distribute them. Go to FedEx, go to UPS, send it off. That's a long process.
Very long.
So what's really cool about drop shipping is I could have a website, find a manufacturer that produces a product that I like or that I want to sell, and then they will distribute it for me. So the only thing you as a business owner needs to do is you need to make a website and market it.
Yeah. It's these manufacturers, I guess we go into a little depth into it. These manufacturers obviously come from China.
Some of them.
There's some US ones?
So yeah, so drop shipping is a very broad thing. So
I didn't know that.
Drop shipping could range from products from China, products from India, products from Europe, including even products in the US. And if you do find the products that are in the US, you're going to get a faster turnaround time to get delivered to your customer. You're going to have that peace of mind of knowing your product is very close to you instead of overseas.
So with drop shipping, you just have the manufacturers send the product to the person, whoever places the order on your website.
Yep.
Instead of having to do the whole process you just said, from getting the product, storing it in some warehouse or your house, and then shipping it out.
Yeah.
They pretty much do the whole process. Are you familiar with Fulfillment by Amazon, where you similar shit,
Mhm.
but you just hold your products in the Amazon warehouse?
Yes.
And they handle, pretty much the same thing as drop shipping.
It is drop shipping. That's exactly what drop shipping is.
But it's all handled through Amazon. So whether if it's customer service, I think returns too as well. And there's other shit that goes into having the Amazon business and doing the drop shipping through there. But that's the same concept, but just through the Amazon website. And a lot of people are doing it, man. And a lot of people are making some crazy money. I know
crazy.
There's I've talked about it before, and then on the last podcast we got into a little bit of it, but not into this depth. But there's there's even teenagers making fucking money, and
anyone can make money online right now.
And
there's no laws against you working online.
Yeah. Definitely none. It's like I said, man, it's all too crazy, bro. It's just definitely never would have thought that online business would be this.
Yeah, it's amazing opportunity. It's equivalent to like the California Gold Rush, like all over again, but now it's online. E-commerce is going to expand a lot just in like the next 2-3 years.
Yeah. If you don't know, if you're watching this right now, Ron he's a web developer, but he actually has a business. And yeah, he just creates websites for people. So yeah, if you want to, I think the biggest one, I mean, you can go ahead and say it, because seeing that brand, because I've been following ever since I left Apple, because I met, I think his name's Mo. I don't know his real name, or like his.
Oh, Mo?
Yeah, Mo. Mm-hmm. What's his real name?
Moshood.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's his real name. But ever since I met him, followed him on Twitter, saw this brand that he was working for at the time, I believe. That's when you hit me up later. I think it was like 2 or 3 months later. And I've been following the brand ever since. Had no idea it even existed before that. And just to see it from what this brand has come to till now, you're pretty familiar with the owner. You do that website too. So
yeah.
What's the website called?
Oh, so I think which one are you referring to?
Well, he has two?
Well, they have two, as in them two. Okay. I don't know who you're referring to.
I'm talking about For the Low, but I forgot.
Oh, I gotcha. He has Zena.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that's For the Low. That's a really, really big streetwear company. Really, really cool seeing that company like grow, seeing me having like an involvement in like the online presence.
Yeah.
That was really, really cool to see like my work being shown to a lot of people, and that actually like converting people to like making purchases.
That I remember you showing me the volume of sales, and I'm not gonna say the number because I don't know if he's fucking watching, but yeah, it's crazy. But the apparel is dope though. I like the concept behind the apparel. I like the name. I think all around it's a dope brand, bro. Like it's I don't know. It's a very and like I said, just to see from what he's came to from 2 years ago. Literally, I know he's I'm pretty sure he's been working before that, but just to see what it's come to now, I think he's getting up there, man. And I know you just said something about the brand too that I don't know. I think it's a big deal. I think it's a big deal, man. What's were you the only one that actually created the website, or was there other people involved?
He was the one doing everything at one point.
Okay.
It wasn't until like I kind of like got him into like pushing a little bit more further, and like kind of helping him like achieve the vision. But yeah, I'm pretty much like the head guy for that site.
That's what's up, man. And just like I said, I follow him on social media just to see the amount of shit he sells and the time. Like this shit, sometimes the shit sells in minutes. I don't know what his product inventory looks like, but like I said, it's an all around dope brand. He has a cool ass following. I don't know, man. He's a cool guy.
He's honestly the perfect example of like these new guys that are coming out from like the online realm.
Yeah.
Like his story is he sold his last one of his pair of shoes for $200, took that 200, turned it into a clothing brand. Now he's riding around, I8, chilling.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But it just goes to show that like it's possible.
Yeah.
It's not impossible. I think what happens with a lot of people is they lack the confidence to move forward. They lack the drive to move forward. They're afraid to try new things.
Yeah.
And they have bad habits like spending money on things that don't have a return.
That's a very good point because I'm sure he's had a ton of failures. Like I'm sure within these few years. Yeah, every business. And it's pretty crazy to see. I mean, I don't know what they are specifically, but I'm sure he's overcome a shitload of stuff.
Yeah.
With your business too, creating these websites, what would you say are, I don't know, what are some struggles you think you had between when you started being an entrepreneur?
So one of them is definitely like kind of like overbiting what's possible. Like on the online world, like it seems all so easy.
Yeah.
But it's definitely easy to say like, oh, I could do it until you do it. So that's kind of hard because that's such a big world in like development.
Yeah.
There's a reason why you see like these like $1 million companies with $1 million investors making these $1 million apps. So one is like kind of like overlooking what I'm capable of. Another thing too is like focusing on what I'm good at. Because like when you're a web developer, you kind of want to learn everything.
Yeah.
You really do because you just want to make stuff. And you start learning one thing, you're like, all right, I got it. And then you start going learning another thing, and you got it. And like you really don't.
You think so?
No.
So, well, I can no. Okay. I'm sorry. I can see that because there's always going to be someone better to you at that something. I can see that.
But it's like you just don't know what you don't know until you don't know.
That was fucking complex.
But you know what I mean, though, right?
And yeah, I know exactly what you mean. 'Cause there's been several times since I've started this business, and I guess just full time, and it's crazy the amount of shit you don't know. It's crazy the amount of shit that people were doing what you're doing fucking 20 years ago, but just on a not online basis. But it was still just the same type of functions, whether if it's like the financial side, whether if it's the profit, gross margins, like everything in general. There's you always got to learn different shit. And I think that's the part that intimidates me is just the legal side of it. Like
for sure.
The legal side of the business, just because there's so much shit you have to worry about. Like even starting a business, all the paperwork, like I don't think I've ever learned that from somebody or had any role model teach me that. Mm-hmm. Even the way you file taxes, that's something I had to learn too as well. There's so much, like I can go on, but
it's very complicated. It's not like it's not easy for you to just start a business and do it like the right way.
Yeah. And most people don't do it the right way.
They do it all under the table.
All on the table. I mean, it's cool. Like you can have a business like that, but in order to
actually buy stuff, like you want an apartment, you want a car, you want the stuff that's actually going to like do stuff for you, you're going to need to like file your taxes and show something.
For the business, like if you wanted to, I'm not too sure. What's a business that uses vehicles, like off the top of your
head? Amazon.
Okay, but like I guess like a local one, like not a local one, but
food trucks.
Okay, yeah, food trucks. Okay. So if you wanted to get into the food industry and you wanted to purchase or lease a vehicle, you have to set up business credit. You have to have that LLC. You have to have that EIN number. Like there's certain structures how to get to purchase the vehicle under your business name instead of your personal credit. And there's, like I said, there's certain ways and there's certain advantages to doing that.
Oh, for sure.
I think more than people realize. But like I said, there's a structure you have to go through, and like I said, most people don't do that. For me, what do you think is going to be like as far as right now are you setting anything up on your like company? Like I know you're doing like websites, but do you have anything coming that's new? Anything that you want to do or anything like that? Like what's
So really what my goal is right now is kind of educating everyone on letting them know that you can make money from your phone. Like whether it's from drop shipping, literally having a product sent from somewhere else and you're just marketing for it. Fitness pages. There's tons of people that are famous off their physique. And if you have a physique, guess what? You have a product, which is you. And you could literally sell a PowerPoint, a PDF, a doc of your workouts, and people will buy it. They even want to know the same like food that you're eating. So that's kind of like one thing I'm really focusing on, looking for like those fitness guys that they are their product and they're capable of selling it just by the way they look.
I actually saw this gentleman, a gentleman guy, whatever, that he was selling, I believe it was keychains, if I'm not mistaken, but he had like I think it's called Big Cartel website.
Okay.
And it was very, very, it was basic.
Yeah, those are like the most basic websites.
Yeah, very, very basic. So this was yesterday actually, and I followed him, and this is something new that I'm telling you right now because just I want to see what we do, what me and you or even you do to make his website better. It's going to be pretty cool just to see what he has now. So what we can, let's just say we do start working with him, what we can turn it into now. But yeah, even like I said, keychains. No one thinks about fucking keychains. Like, I think they might be little knockoff keychains like Nike or stuff like that. But even at that, he still sells them for about $45. And
wow.
He, I don't know how much he pays for it, but I'm sure it's somewhere around $5-10. Maybe
probably less.
Yeah, probably less.
You buy that stuff you're buying that stuff in like wholesale value.
Yeah.
You're probably buying like 50 plus units at least.
Yeah. And that margin of profit is crazy. But I don't know, that was just an off topic thing. And I just thought about it because it's cool to see that you can make, like you said, you can make money off of anything.
Yeah, you really can.
What do you say are a couple ways, like, other than what you just said, to make money as far as like
so other than like products?
Yeah, other than products.
So you could teach people stuff. If you're good at something, you could teach someone something.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people think that they're not good teachers, but all you got to do is write steps. That doesn't get any more simple than that. You could do that. If you are not aware of Amazon affiliates, or it's actually known as Amazon Associates, but it's the Amazon affiliate program.
Yeah.
And what's really cool about it is you could sign up for free. And all you do is send Amazon links to people. If they buy the product within 24 to 48 hours, you get a commission. So we'll think of a common scenario, which I'm sure friends ask you all the time. Look, I'm looking for this. Do you know where I can find this? Blah, blah, blah. And guess what? Send them your link. You just came up on probably like $2 or $3. Not a whole lot, but you could build websites off that same principle.
And it's a lot of YouTubers have it in their actual like YouTube videos and I guess their description.
Yeah.
Shit. Now that I should probably have it.
Yeah. If you don't have an affiliate program and you're an influencer, you need one. You need to find a product that you like a lot, that you use a lot, and Amazon handles the rest. You don't have to worry about it.
You know what I've seen that's come up lately? How to, I guess it's not a product, but just teaching is how to cook. There's a lot of people just like on TikTok, I think mostly on TikTok, but just how to make certain recipes. And I think when you get a visual, more people are in tune and more people are going to be engaged. But that's definitely something that's been, I guess, very, very popular that I didn't see coming.
Did you start looking it up or what?
What do you mean?
Start looking up cooking?
No, I don't think so. Cause I cook, like, I guess I know how to cook. I don't go out of my way to cook what they're cooking. Like a certain.
They're like, yo, look at this freaking super s'mores with like 40 marshmallows.
Yeah, some crazy ass shit like that. Like I keep it very basic. So I don't think plus I feel like it takes too much time, but the way they perceive it as, or the way they put out the information, their content is, fuck, you can do it like in 5 minutes, but I don't think it takes that long.
I know. Honestly, I've done like those kind of recipes.
Yeah.
They're never as straightforward.
It's always something.
It's like watching a car repair video. Oh. You're like, here, you just need to take this off. And you're trying to take off that one piece.
Like a whole bumper comes
You're like,
off.
Yeah, you're freaking sweating already.
Yeah. That's something that's come very, very popular that I've seen that was just like, fuck, that's another way you can teach people. Like, let's just say if you had a TikTok following and you did the cooking videos, you can basically just have a PDF with I don't know, some recipes within whatever you're fucking showing in that content.
Literally, yeah.
And that's your selling product. I don't know. Let's just say it's $25-$30. Like,
yeah, and that's what we call a scalable product, meaning that you don't have to trade in your time to make more sales.
Yeah.
Like you could literally make 100 sales in an hour and nothing would have changed.
Yeah. I know what's his name? Vic, he's been doing that too. Like I've seen where he's released just content for stocks, content for
yes.
There's another one that he I guess scaling your business or marketing your business to be exact. So that's just another stream of income that you can get based off what you already know. Like might as well make more money off of what you know than what you already have.
It's funny because people are doing it every day, like, but they're institutions and people don't mimic them. So like school is a perfect example. Like you're paying for someone to teach you and talk to you, but you have it all available to you on your phone, on your computer.
I gotcha. What let's just say someone does have a website, but they're struggling to kind of get sales or I guess market themselves. What do you say are a few ways to kind of either get that revenue coming in, get people attracted to your website, or just a few ways I guess to grow the actual business?
So the number one thing you want to build is your clients' trust. Even if you have like an amazing product, if they don't trust you off of face value, they are not going to buy. So you're going to have a lot of traffic, but if they don't trust your brand, they're not going to buy regardless. So trusting your brand for one is a big one. Two, traffic. People build websites and they think, oh, well, I'm just going to leave this here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you threw a party and you didn't tell anyone to come through, no one's going to come through. So trust. Advertisements, paid advertisements. You could use Facebook ads. You could use Google ads. You could use Instagram ads. That and the last thing is just having a good product. You don't want a crappy one because if you do, I mean, they're going to return it. You're going to get these things called chargebacks, which are nasty. Going to make you lose money. But I think those 4 things are like the formula for a successful website: trust, advertisement, product.
I've always I don't know if this was always me or someone taught me, but as long as people like you, they're gonna. I think you might have said some shit like that. I don't know, but yeah, as long as people like you, they're gonna, and you have a product to sell, they're gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's other shit that goes along with that, but most of the time they're gonna purchase a product you have to sell.
And that's what Vic does really well. Is he has a following based off him, and people like him.
Yeah, you know, I've noticed that too because. I don't know. I just always do a lot of, I guess, just looking around and I don't know if it's called research, but he has more followers on his personal versus his actual For the Low Twitter account. But he gets more interactions with his personal versus the like official one.
Yeah.
And that just goes back to what you said. More people are in tune with who he is as a person. And they just like who he is.
The fact that we're talking about him says it all.
Yeah.
We're not talking about his company by itself.
Yeah. It's man. He's doing it right, and like that's something I learned, and that's something that something I started doing too because I wouldn't post this podcast on actual Twitter. I would do it every so often, but it was very, very minimum. And once I saw him do that, I noticed that he was he was getting very, very not very, but a lot of interactions with people that knew him, followed him. Even if it was just a simple question like this photo if you like these shorts, or like this photo, or reply your size to a hoodie that you want, and it'd be like fucking 50, 100 comments, and I'm just like, where I think on the flip side, where if he did it with actual For the Low account, I don't think he would get as many interactions. But
no. People like, especially now, where I think America is kind of like almost like anti companies to a certain extent, like they don't trust companies as much as they used to.
They trust just
that's why you see people like going all over influencers.
Yeah.
Because they're people that you can finally relate to. They're one person.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not like this invisible figure.
Like as before, it was just this celebrity that you didn't know their background, you didn't know what they've been through. But when you turn to somebody like that, you can have, I don't know, shit. Maybe they have everything they've been through documented on their Instagram, like picture by picture, or
you build a relation.
Yeah. You definitely build a relation. I can see that. It's and I think it's all when it comes to documenting yourself. You definitely want to. I don't know. I feel like you always have to give back to people.
Yeah.
So what I mean by giving back to people is show love to the people that always show love to you in general. And that can be in just like any way possible.
Yeah.
Just literally like even a like for a tweet or a reply, but just showing that interaction between you and the customer can go a long way that most people don't know, because I've seen several brands where they have people under their post or people under their tweet not reply or not even just show that they're being noticed, that person's being noticed. And I'm sure it has some type of effect on what they're selling or who they are as a person. But I mean, that's just my 2 cents in it.
Nah, I definitely feel that. I honestly message some brands just to see if I get a response, especially brands I like. And like when I do get a response, it definitely shows me kind of like a different respect for them and how they see their customers.
Teaches you a lot, man.
Yeah.
I've learned that too. Teaches you a lot. But fuck, man.
Customers are everything.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't
take care of them, they won't take care of you.
Definitely. I roll with that. But what I think I asked you before, I'll ask you again, any future plans with the websites, web developing or anything like that? Other than what you told me?
There's going to be some like new coding stuff, but we'll probably get into like apps later.
Nice, man.
So that's probably going to be like the next big push to getting into that. And I don't know if y'all know, but y'all can literally make websites that are apps. That makes sense. Amazon as an app is one of those examples. But you don't need to know you do need to know like app coding languages, but they're not as hard as you think they are to make.
It's it's very, very easier, I should say.
Yeah, it's easier than ever
to make a mobile app. And I think having a mobile app for your business, for your products, for whatever you're doing, it's I don't know if you know the percentage, but I think there's more people on mobile devices than actual, I guess, regular websites.
Yeah, people don't get on laptops they still get on tablets, but they don't get on laptops and desktops as much as they used to.
Yeah, just because everything is accessible on this like mobile device. But
exactly, I
can see. Well, shit, man, that's very exciting. Hopefully, I can dabble in some apps shit with you, because I've always wanted to. I mean, I know I've seen some apps being created, but I would want to definitely see the way you do it, because the structure you have around the business, the way you run shit, it's I admire it, bro.
Thanks, man.
I admire it. But what's any last piece of advice or anything like that, or anything you want to fucking say on this podcast before we end it, bro?
If y'all watch this all the way towards the end, start doing something online now. I'm telling you, in 5 years, there's going to be a lot of bread spread apart for everyone.
Yeah.
But if you start now, in 5 years, you could be making 6 figures, no problem. That's no guru stuff. That is the truth.
Yeah. And just to, I think for me, and I'll end it with this, a lot of people ask me what's your passion or what should I do? And I always tell them, well, several people, I don't tell everybody, but I think I will say this for whoever's watching, or just the question is, what's your passion? So I ask you, what is your passion? And that thing you just thought about right now that you thought was too, it takes too much work. It's not possible. It's just all these doubts in your head. That's your passion. That's literally your passion, because that's the way I used to think about it. And I used to think about the way I would run this business that I have now. And I always thought it was too hard to do. I never had the time to do it. It took too much money, but it turned out simple. So definitely start your passion. But yeah, man, this was a good show, bro. I appreciate you coming down, man.
Thank you.
If you want to get in touch with Ron, I don't know if you want to plug him on your fucking Instagram handles or Twitter or anything like that, or your website. Yeah. I know you have a website too.
So y'all could visit washmedia.net. Y'all could check out some stuff. There's some of my recent work on there. Y'all could even check out For the Low directly there. If you want to contact me or talk to me, you could do through the website, or you could hit me up on Instagram at Ron MRTZ.
Yes, sir. Again, if you need any websites for your business, anything at all, hit my guy up. He's a one of a kind. You know exactly what the fuck you're doing. But I appreciate you tuning in. If you're looking right now on YouTube, what's up? But that's going to conclude our podcast here. This is the Ginn Podcast. This is your host, G Weezy 11. Until next time.